and let's dive in. Today is a particularly interesting topic. I love when we see something that's just blatantly wrong, but widely accepted and massively shared. Recently, there was the marry the house, date the rate line that was going around where real estate agents and mortgage lenders mistakenly had an expectation that mortgage rates were going to fall. So they were convincing and encouraging buyers to purchase a home, marry the house, but date the rate, meaning they were giving the impression that rates were going to fall and you would be able to refinance imminently, 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months down the road. And we've certainly seen, as mortgage rates have really stayed at the 7% range for about 2 years now, that was some horrible advice. And so we're going to seek to dispel another myth, another piece of bad advice that is more widely spread even than that was just pretty recently, just a few years ago. So one of the things that we're in right now is the holiday time period. And specifically, that's what this myth surrounds, is selling your home during the holidays. And are the holidays actually a good time to sell a house? What you're looking at right here, this is just a really cool collection of hand-drawn Christmas cards. And if you can't see it, if you are listening, these were created by Don Mackey, who was a chief technical illustrator at Kennedy Space Center. There's a really cool article at Florida Today about him, but he did some super cool retro hand-drawn Christmas cards with hidden aliens and different features from around Kennedy Space Center in the 60s, 70s. He passed away in the 80s, but just thought these were some super cool images. And since we're just about 30 miles from Kennedy Space Center here, figured as our holiday topic kicked off, this was a good piece of trivia. But what we're specifically talking about today is, are the holidays a good time to sell my house? And you can see there's an AI overview. This was from Google Gemini. And when you just Google the phrase, are the holidays a good time to sell my house? The answer is, while many people believe the holidays are not a good time to sell a house, it can actually be a good time to list your property due to less competition, more serious buyers, and the potential to showcase your home with festive decor. And that's going to be a common theme that we'll see, this myth of, well, there's less competition, more serious buyers. You can grab people's attention by putting up wreaths and holiday decorations. And I'm going to show you in the data what the data actually says about this. But you don't have to be a rocket scientist to use some common sense and understand that it's probably not a good time to list during the holidays. That's just kind of common sense, but we're going to see what the data says, specifically going back the last couple years. As you continue through these results, you can see here Investopedia, why the holidays are a good time to sell a house. And they go on to say, when you sell your home during the holidays, you have a number of advantages. You'll face less competition, find more serious buyers. So, again, the same thing we're pulling from up here in the AI summary. Redfin. Everybody trusts Redfin, huge brokerage out of California and a big employer of W-2 real estate agents that don't make money on commission. And a lot of people who aren't able to earn a living on commission actually go to work for Redfin because they sort of feed you buyers and you can make a salary. And there's good Redfin agents out there, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the Redfin agents I personally know in our market who've gone there were agents that just weren't able to make a career out of it without the salary. And what Redfin says is, in their article here, December 5th, 2024, so this was 6 days ago at the time that we're speaking, is surprisingly, the holiday season can be a great time to sell. Why? With the lower inventory in the housing market, your home stands out. And while there are fewer buyers, those searching are often, here we go again, serious and motivated. So Redfin has something to say about that as a big national brokerage. Some other examples here. You've got credit unions, real estate brokerages. Holidays are actually a good time to sell. Here's 5 reasons why. You also have the myth of not selling your home over the holidays. So the Jenny Doyle Group goes on to explain why holidays are a good time to sell. Here you have a San Diego agent saying there's 6 surprising reasons to sell your home during the holidays. So it's just a remarkable amount of conversation and support in doing this. Here you can see Sotheby's International Realty agent saying there's motivated buyers, less competition, emotional appeal, relocation opportunity. Selling your home during the holiday season can offer unique advantages that shouldn't be overlooked. Motivated buyers, reduced competition. So, again, just more support. Kennel Group, holidays are actually a good time to sell. Here's 5 reasons why. The myth of not listing your home over the holidays. You can see here, your home will stand out as fewer sellers list during this time. Realtor.com, they've got to be correct. This is a huge national company, right? Big staff of blog writers and researchers and tons of insight into buyer traffic. 'Tis the season to sell. 6 reasons you should not take your home off the market for the holidays. And you'll guess what those reasons are just from our previous conversation. During the spring market, you have way more competition than the holidays. So less competition. Number 2, emotional appeals. Number 3, holiday buyers are serious. So, number 4, families often search during school breaks. And real quick, this one was, as I was doing the research for this and just trying to establish just how widespread this myth of the holidays actually being a good time to sell is, this stood out as probably the most ridiculous statement out of anything that I saw. Relocating families often capitalize on the holidays as a time to move without the kids. They want to find the right property. It's a good time to show your house to people from out of town, she says. So families often search during school breaks. The reality of that is during the, quote, school breaks, if we look at a index of showing activity, and this is specifically in the state of Florida, but I can tell you nationally, there's a lot of just similar market behavior seasonally across the entire country. Here we are, getting advice from a major company that sells leads and ad space and showing opportunities to real estate agents. They do research. They're quoted on major news outlets. Families often search during school breaks. Okay, well, your school break is, I don't know, probably sometime around, let's say, December 20th. You can see here on the showing time index for the last 4 years, buyer activity from the January baseline on December 20th is down anywhere from 24 to 45%. If we look at the heart of the break, or even a couple days plus or minus, here we are December 28th. So everybody's off school. It's time to look for houses and relocate it, apparently. You've got December 28th. Showing activity from the January baseline is down 50% in 2023, down 60% in 2022, in 2021, down 55%. And even during COVID, the height of hysteria, still showing frequency, number of showings occurring down 46%. So December 28th, you're down 60%. Come back to just 2 weeks later, January 15th, showing frequency is up 1.6%. So that's a swing of 61%. 61% more buyers in the market if you wait just 2 weeks. So why are we telling people that families often search during school breaks when they very obviously are not searching during school breaks. Unfortunately, for Realtor.com, we have data on that. Holidays give you a chance to adjust your selling strategy. If your home's been languishing, maybe the best solution is to take it off, fight the urge. You're better off staying the course and using this time to tweak your selling strategy. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It takes 1 hour, 10 minutes, one day to change your selling strategy. You certainly don't need 2 weeks during the holidays. And let me be clear, I'm not advocating that you take your home off the market if your home is already on the market during the holidays. One thing that all of these people miss about selling during the holidays, which is maybe the only advantage to selling during the holidays, is that there's a spike in online activity. There's more people browsing. Now, they're not looking at homes, they're not writing contracts, they're not writing offers on homes, but they are sitting around the family room with friends and family members and looking at different websites and sharing listings and talking about their plans for moving. So you do have more visibility online. You are going to get, maybe saved for later or, discussed some, but that's a far cry from families searching during school breaks. So continuing on, should you wait until spring to sell your home? Another Realtor.com advice article. No way, why winter listings rule today. And we just saw how showing frequency massively declines in the winter. Now, this is being a little bit more broad. We're talking specifically about the holidays today and not winter. So that's maybe a different conversation. But what does the data actually say about selling your homes during the holidays? We've got 4 reasons to sell your home during the holiday videos here. I'm going to get away from all that and just hop in and tell you what the data says. So what we did is we went back and we looked at a 2.5 month period preceding the final 3 weeks in December for 2023. And the same thing for 2022, looking at the 2.5 months preceding the final 3 weeks in December. So what's that mean? September 15th through about December 10th, give or take. What is activity like? And what you'll see here, average sale price, $442,939, 25 days on market, 98.6% sale price to list price ratio. And this is the piece that gets lost in a lot of the data. It's hard to drag this out, but average concessions, these are meaningful figures. You can see here the average concession was about 1% of value when we're looking at the 2023 2.5 months preceding data. So average net sale price, $438,340. Final 3 weeks in December. How's that compare? Well, our average sale price is down, $439,271. Our average days on market, that's actually higher, 34 days on market. Our sale price to list price ratio, 97.7. That's actually lower. Our average concessions, 3,707. That's actually lower. So our average net sale price, 435,564. So what does that mean? At least last year, 2023, if you were a seller during the holidays, you were netting 0.63% lower price, and you were on the market for 36% longer to sell during the holidays. Well, maybe that was a fluke. Maybe common sense does not prevail here. Maybe common sense is wrong, and we're all idiots for thinking that while people are traveling and going to holiday parties, that is the best time to sell your house, or that's not a good time to sell your house. Maybe we're foolish for thinking that. So let's go back and look at a second year just as a control piece. So average sale price in the 2.5 months preceding the final 3 weeks in December, 441,474. Average days on market, 29. Sale price to list price ratio, 98.4. Average concessions, $2,700. Average net sale price, $438,745. Contrast that with the final 3 weeks in December during the holidays. We've got average sale price down, average days on market up, sale price to list price ratio lower, average concessions higher, average net sale price lower, 0.58% lower. And on top of that, it took 41% longer to sell during the holidays in that year. So the conclusion we can draw here is across both years, selling in the final 3 weeks of December results in a lower net sale price compared to the preceding months. The net sale price was 0.63% lower in 23 and 0.58% lower in 2022 during the holiday period. The median size home in our market's around $500,000, give or take. So we're talking about a loss of a little more than $2,500 by selling during the holidays. And while the percentage seems small, if you take that up to $1 million or $1.5 million, you could be talking about losing substantially more money. The other piece of this is longer days on market, and this impacts your final sale price a couple different ways. So homes took significantly longer to sell during the holiday period, with a 36% increase in 2023 if you sold during the holidays, and a 41% increase in 2022 in the average days on market. So this suggests slower buyer activity due to holiday distractions and seasonal market dynamics. But wait, there's serious buyers in the market. We just saw all those articles and all those experts and all those big companies and real estate agents telling us there's serious buyers in the market. Well, then why is it taking homes 41% longer to sell? And here's the other challenge. So, we had sale price to list price ratios, and you can see the sale price to list price ratio. What percentage of your total final list price did you actually achieve? 97.7% in 2023 versus 98.6%, 98.2% in 2022 versus 98.4%. So you're just sacrificing a little bit in your final sale price to list price ratio. But what's important here is longer days on market. That's correlated with lower sale price to list price ratios. So you're losing money twice. Not only are you losing money because just being on the market during that time period, just selling during that time period means you're going to get a lower sale price to list price ratio, a lower percentage of your list price to begin with, but also you're going to be getting a lower percentage of a lower list price because you are longer on the market. And buyers see that time on market, and they absolutely 100% will adjust their offers accordingly. Homes that sell in 0 to 30 days sell for a significantly higher sale price to list price ratio than homes that have been on the market for 90 days plus. So that time on market is important. It impacts you really in two places. And then seller concessions, we see kind of a mixed bag. 2023, sellers paid less concessions during the holidays. In 2022, they paid more concessions during the holidays. So the variability suggests that concessions were influenced by market conditions, and that could be true. Sellers could have just been, trying to react a little bit more knee-jerk to higher rates at that time period. But overall, pretty clear evidence that selling during the holidays, despite everything that we just saw, is actually, just like we would think from common sense, a bad idea. So what does this mean if you're an agent or a home seller or a home buyer or a mortgage originator, property manager? Well, let's talk about sellers first. If you're trying to maximize your price and minimize your time on market, you want to get your house on the market as early as possible before the holiday, and you need to take longer time on market and fewer buyers into considerations with your pricing strategy and price more aggressively. Sellers can potentially offset lower sale price by negotiating concessions. So absolutely true. Buyers typically are shopping for a payment. They're going, well, look, I can only afford $2,600 a month. I can only afford $4,200 a month. Well, take that into account. Maybe a higher sale price, you can buy that interest rate down some and keep them at that payment, but still get a higher percentage of your list price. And then understanding buyer behaviors, you'll see fewer active buyers. This is clear in the data. You're giving concessions. You have longer time on market. You have lower sale price to list price ratios. You have lower average sale prices. There are fewer buyers in the market. So you need to accommodate for or plan for that in your marketing. You need to have a larger marketing budget, do higher quality marketing for longer. different marketing channels, more open houses, more online advertisements, more direct mail, more phone calls to real estate brokers and other homeowners in the areas. Your marketing has to be stepped up during this time period if you want to get homes sold. If you are a agent, what this means, if a seller approaches you and is trying to decide, should I put my home on the market? Should I not put my home on the market? We're talking about overcoming probably in aggregate 3/4 or 1% of weakness. So if we're going to have higher buyer activity online and more views, it's okay. Put the house on the market, but don't lie to a seller. Don't lie to a consumer and say it's a good time to list. You want to get your house on the market. Be honest, be straightforward, be transparent, and let them know, look, there's fewer buyers out there. It's going to take a little bit longer to sell, but we can get on the market now. We can get in front of a lot of people, and then we won't miss this big wave of buyers that we see rush back into the market after the first of the year in just a matter of a 2-week period from really December 28th, 27th to January 10th, 12th, when we have a really high showing frequency rebounding. On the mortgage side, if you're a mortgage originator, what does this mean for your buyers or for your borrowers? It means that they have more choice and they have more negotiating power. So be coaching your borrowers, be coaching your buyers. Look, when you're approaching a seller and you're making offers this time of year, if you were thinking about maybe offering 97% of list price, consider asking for 2% concessions with that offer, or consider asking for 96% of list price and 1% concessions. We know, we can see in the data, buyers have a little bit more leverage right now. So it's a good time to be a buyer. And as a mortgage loan originator, you need to be aware of that. You need to be encouraging your buyers to be more aggressive with their negotiating and ask bigger. And remember, we can see from everything that we saw online, real estate agents and websites are going to spread this myth. They're going to be telling people that the opposite of this is true. So they're not going to know that they have leverage during this time period. They're going to be reading all these articles we went through, and they're going to think, well, gosh, yeah, there's other serious buyers out here. I need to be really competitive. And that's just not the case. So coach the agents and coach your buyers as a mortgage originator that you have more leverage, you have a better opportunity to be more aggressive with your offer prices this time of year, get some concessions, get some rate buy down opportunity. So in summary, just remember, probably when it comes to real estate, if you're starting to see everyone saying the same thing, the big companies are saying the same thing as the small real estate agents, and it just doesn't kind of make sense. It doesn't sit well with your common sense understanding of the way the world works. Yeah, there's a lot of bad information out there, and companies and agents will share the wrong information over and over again. I don't think there is an effort to intentionally deceive anyone. I think it's just people don't do the research. They don't do the year-over-year comparisons. If you are interested in seeing this raw data, we have a file I can share, XLSX files with all of this data. I have CMA grids can share with all of this data so you can see for yourself how we came up with these numbers and know that they are accurate figures and it's true. But, as a takeaway, if you're going to be in the market this time of year, just want you to have a good understanding of what the actual market dynamics are and not be fooled by this sensationalist, lousy research and blogging that's really just desperate acts by companies and real estate agents to get people in the market when they really don't want to be. They really want to be spending time with their friends, family members, and focusing on the holiday. If you found this informative or helpful at all, please be sure to like and subscribe. Send me an email. Let me know who you are and where you're from. We can connect on social media at Don Harkins or at Don Harkins Realty. If you're in the Central Florida area and you'd like to meet up and talk more about real estate, whether it's a purchase, a sale, a mortgage, or investment property, or a leasing property management need, please go ahead and reach out to me. Thank you for listening and have a great day.